no one rocks harder to the Stolendroids theme song than Colin. I just want to say it.
It is impressive, isn't it?
Sick dance moves.
Yeah.
What can I tell you?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, we almost need to play it again just to watch those moves. But
probably, but that's okay.
You guys will have to just tune in next week. This is the second week in a row that we're getting a new episode out. You know what that's called for us? A hot streak.
Wow. Has it ever been done?
Not recently. Not recently. So
well, we had excuses, with Utah Remote Con, and now we're getting back to our semi-regular schedule.
Yeah. I like that we're using Utah Remote Con to excuse why we haven't done a new episode. So this week it came out, and it had been since April 28th. So, Utah Remote Con was just 2 weeks out of the 3 months.
So weird.
I had surgery.
Oh, that's true. You did have surgery.
Yeah, you had surgery.
You had a good excuse.
Yeah, and that was a month ago. I've been out, dude. I've been like high on drugs for like a month. So, I mean, nobody wants to see me record a podcast when I'm stoned.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
I'm pretty sure you could scroll through the archives and find one.
Probably.
I mean, my excuse is that we talked about so many different things during RemoteCon that I had nothing more to say. What else was there to talk about on a podcast?
Well, there's a lot to talk about tonight.
There is.
Topic, but I also
we're catching up.
I have a special treat. So this dropped like an hour ago. And so we're gonna watch this here. Let's do this.
Where's my treat?
A treat.
Do I get chocolate?
Sneeze.
All right.
No food.
Here we go.
So this is the new Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings trailer.
Gave our family power.
Ooh.
Did you guys hear it? No.
If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
You are a product of all who came before you.
Is it playing through? Can you guys hear the sound?
Oh yeah, it's great.
You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried.
Ooh.
Glad I was right.
So that's his dad.
You're just a criminal who murders people. Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
It looks like Koopa.
Wait, Koopa?
The Pokemon.
Start a new life.
I love Aquafina. She's hilarious.
Never
She is really funny.
escape his shadow.
Thought you were just talking about the water for a second.
That
That's
too.
also, did you see that giant lion? That was pretty awesome.
You can't run from your past.
Oh, that was cool.
Is this what you wanted?
That a water dragon?
Well, Aquafina.
Yep. It's a sequel to Raya and the Last Dragon.
You got this.
That Abomination?
That is Abomination.
Wow.
I only knew that because the subtitles told me.
And how many people are going to be saying, who's Abomination?
Oh, goodness.
You know what
And
I
then-
really loved about this trailer?
Tell me.
The fact that it didn't look anything like Mortal Kombat, and their first trailer reminded me completely of just Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I like the other thing that I really like about this is it shows the 10 rings, and so people understand what the 10 rings are now because he had them on his arm.
I got confused for a second because I thought it was the Lord of the Rings 10
I thought it was like rings.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they were in the comics.
Yeah. But they've changed it up, it looks like, in the MCU. So, but I think it looks great.
I think it looks amazing. I think the combat will be really cool to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like the choreography and stuff.
I agree. And the first trailer that came out, I kind of felt like, I don't know. I'm going to go see it because it's a Marvel movie and I haven't missed a Marvel movie yet. So I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it didn't really intrigue me that much. But this one I found much more intriguing. So I'm excited. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be
Okay.
there.
You're gonna come here to Utah and watch it with us?
Yeah, come watch it with us.
Maybe.
It's Labor Day weekend. You've got the time off. Just come up here. We'll hang out.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I'll see what I can swing. I'll see what I can swing.
You can come up for Black Widow too.
Yeah, that's in July.
Oh, that's like in a couple weeks, isn't it?
That's like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming pretty quick.
Compared to how not quick it was before.
Well, it's only been delayed
Yeah.
like what, 2 years?
Poor Black
Yeah,
Widow.
only. It's fine.
You know, that movie, like when you think about it, people have been talking about, are they going to make a Black Widow movie for a really, really long time? Like, since Black Widow came into the MCU, everybody's like, we need a Black Widow movie. And then they finally make it, and then it gets delayed because of the pandemic. Like, she just has really bad luck. And it's even made after she's dead. Although, are you guys watching Loki?
I haven't seen this week's episode yet.
I'm still like not current because of this week. I don't like the Wednesday release.
I don't either. I hate it.
I am current, and I do like the Wednesday release.
Be quiet, Colin.
That's fine. I do kind of like that it changed up with Loki, because I feel like that's something that he would do, is change the release date for new stuff instead of just coming out when everybody else does. But
yeah,
stupid god of mischief.
But you've all seen the second week, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen 1 and 2.
Yes.
Okay. So at the end of the second episode, when it starts showing all the timelines branching off,
Yes.
one of the branches is on
Vormir.
Vormir. So is Black Widow going to come back? Is she not going to stay dead?
I don't know.
I mean, really, literally
Or is-
anything is possible.
Yeah. Or I mean,
Especially
Gamora?
with all the multiverse everything, you know?
Yeah.
It just makes that everything. I mean, for goodness sakes, Loki is back. You know, we didn't, even before this show was announced, like we were like, he died, and we're like, are we gonna ever get more Loki? And all of a sudden we did, and it's like, oh, yeah, I guess this makes sense. Yeah. Because in a different timeline, he's alive.
Yeah. I think it would be nice to still have some of the OGs kicking around too, because you know that Hawkeye's gonna probably disappear after his show. Well, you don't know it, but it can be assumed.
So he'll disappear again like he did in Infinity War. Just kind of disappear.
Disappear or die, something.
Disappear.
You mean do more Ronin things, or just like retire?
No, just either retire or die.
Doesn't he get a show though?
Yeah, there's a Hawkeye show coming out. But it's him training a new
Kate
Hawkeye.
Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
So
and then, Thor is probably gonna go away as well.
Well, I think isn't this Chris Hemsworth? Isn't this his last Thor movie? I'm pretty sure this is his last one.
Because I'm assuming Natalie Portman's just taking the mantle from there.
But what else has Chris Hemsworth got going on? I mean,
anything he wants to be done
just recently.
I think so. It's interesting. I think you're right. Career-wise, I mean, he can be in any movie that he wants, Colin. You're right. But I think but Zonner's also right. It's not like he's doing a ton of movies right now. I mean, he did, what was it? Granted, nobody's doing a ton of movies right now, to be totally fair.
Was he in Ford versus Ferrari? Was he, or he was in a racing car movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in Rush.
Oh, Rush. That's right.
Yeah. But he was in that Netflix movie that came out last summer. Extraction, or I don't remember.
Eurovision? I'm just kidding.
No, not Eurovision was great though. Have you guys seen Eurovision?
So good.
No.
It had no business being as good as it was. Like, I watched it, I'm like, this is gonna be so stupid. I'm gonna hate myself for watching it. And then I watched it. I was like, nope. I loved every minute
It was
of it.
so
It was really
great.
weird
Oh
and
my
fun.
goodness.
Yeah.
I saw the previews for their furry dating show, and I immediately canceled my subscription to Netflix.
No,
Let's not talk about that.
You don't have to watch the stuff that you don't want to watch, Zoner. You know how it works, right? Like, you can choose what you watch on Netflix.
No, I actually had canceled my subscription earlier.
That's really sad. I'm
not
so
because
sorry.
of that. I never watched it. I watched more Discovery Plus and Hulu
That
than I
Sweet
do.
Tooth show
Netflix.
looks weird.
Yeah, I started watching the first episode. Go ahead, Marley.
No, I just because I think I've heard. I haven't heard anything about Sweet Tooth.
I heard it was really good.
One of my coworkers watched it, and he watched all 8 episodes and just binged them. And he said they were actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard it was good. So
it's interesting though, because I kind of thought, is this going to be their next Stranger Things, where it just kind of picks up and word of mouth, people are going to start watching it, but it hasn't really done that very much. Like, I'm not seeing the same praise for it that we saw with Stranger Things.
Isn't it in the top 10?
The initial trailer is just,
I don't know. I think it might be.
And I mean, Netflix just kind of decides what they put in their top 10 anyways. It's
wow. Colin's even calling into question the validity of their top 10. He doesn't even believe it.
It's the algorithm, man.
I'm
right there with you, Colin.
I did actually binge Shadow and Bone on Netflix.
What did you think of Shadow and Bone?
I loved it. I thought it was so good. I haven't read the books yet. I'm going to. But I kind of wanted to just check out the show first, because the books, like, it's quite a commitment. There's already 5 out, I think. 3 in one series and 2 in another, but they're all in the same universe. Anyways, I found that I actually really was into it. I like fantasy stuff like that, though, a lot.
The hard thing for me is most of the stuff that I'll sit down and actually watch, it's for a show, like whether it's Movies That Make Us, or like I watched Luca because we're talking about it tonight. And so that's kind of my time when I have to like sit down and watch something. And most of the time I'm just vegging. And so it's hard for me to sit down and watch something that I'm going to have to pay attention to. And I feel like Shadow and Bone and Sweet Tooth, both of them are shows I would have to like sit down and like pay attention to them.
Oh yeah. In Shadow and Bone, I actually had to look up some stuff online about it. And also like, because when you're reading a book, obviously you have the advantage of the author. You know, a lot of authors will put like a map in the front of the book, so you can like look at it whenever they're talking about locations and stuff.
Right, the good authors do that.
Yes,
but with a fantasy book and there's no map, just put it back on the shelf. It's no good.
So true. It's so true. Yeah. But I also found like an article that was like, so you haven't read the books, but you're starting the Netflix series. Here's a guide for you. And it was actually really helpful to kind of understand a little bit better about all these different characters in this world and who's what and what does it mean. And because there's a lot of like, I think it's really cool that, so real quick summary. So there's these people called Grisha, and basically they have like the power to bend certain elements. And depending on what element you can manipulate and bend, you wear like a coat of that color. They're kind of like all of the they all wear like a blue coat, but then the stitching has a specific color, I should say. So it's kind of cool. Then it kind of has like that distinction. So you know, like, oh, that person's an Inferni, and this one's a what are the other ones?
So what do Inferni bend? Just kidding. I'm with you.
Fire. Anyways, it's a really clever universe, that's for sure. So if you like kind of that young adult fantasy stuff, I would recommend Shadow and Bone. And don't worry about watching the show before you read the books. Like, who cares? Just enjoy it.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's just
I still have never read the Lord of the Rings books.
I'm telling you,
I love Lord of the Rings.
I love Lord of the Rings, and I love the books, and they're incredible and they're amazing, and you have to recognize everything that Tolkien accomplished with the books. I mean, without those books, we don't have epic fantasy as we know it today as a genre or a subgenre.
Very true.
But those books, there are moments that are hard to get through in the books. I mean, he writes, it's a very old style because he wrote them so long ago, and there's a lot more like books today, they do a lot more showing instead of telling. He did a lot of exposition where it's just like, yeah, this is what it is, and here's just this history that I'm going to plop down in this chapter right here. And so it's a commitment to try to get through them. So I don't blame anybody who says, I really love the movies, but I've never made it through the books. I feel you, man. Like I think that's totally fine.
And if I might suggest, if you want to read the books, but you just can't handle 12 pages of Elvish songs,
who can't handle that? Like, that's
I know. I mean, it's fantastic.
So weird.
Try the
Light
audio
reading.
books. Do the audio version, because
do they actually sing the Elvish songs?
they do.
They do.
Depending on the version that you listen to.
Yes, yeah. But
Might have to do that.
if you get a good version of the audiobook, you're going to be like not wanting to press that stop button, because it's just the story is, I mean, we all at this point hopefully are familiar with the story of the Lord of the Rings, but when you're actually listening to the book, the story is so just engrossing. You can't stop.
I might have to.
Tolkien was awesome.
Yeah, I might have to try that actually, because I too have tried to read the books. I might have been a little too young and just couldn't really get into them or really understand them as well as I should have. I have them all. I have paper copies. But especially now that I've kind of converted over to audiobooks, might be fun. Maybe I'm going to have to add that to my list.
There's a version of The Hobbit that is read by Andy Serkis.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's going to be good.
Ooh.
Nice.
But there's only one edition of the audiobooks for Lord of the Rings. And the narrator, like Zonner said, is amazing. But there's only one like official that you can find on Audible edition. They've never done any more.
I wonder if they're on my library app. I'm going to check. You guys keep talking.
I'm sure they are. I would be shocked if they weren't. That seems to be one that would be pretty high in demand. But and also a follow-up to a previous episode we did on Free Britney. If you guys want to go back and listen to that episode, she appeared in court yesterday and pled her case for why the conservatorship needs to end. So apparently all of the theories and rumors about her not being on board with the conservatorship is 100% right on, because she hates it and feels like it's abusive. And honestly, I don't know how it's not. So
100%.
I feel like her dad's just riding that money train.
Oh, he just wants that boat.
Yeah.
I assume he has the boat by now, but
I would imagine. But yeah, you can go. I know Vanity Fair posted an article where they had the whole statement that she made. But yeah, we don't know. I don't know that there's been any outcome to it yet, but she did appear in court and let everybody know that she wants to be done with the conservatorship. So
yeah, I haven't read the entire statement. I guess it was like 24 minutes long or something.
Yeah, it was really long. Yeah,
that's a lot of words, but some of the little snippets that I've seen, yeah, that's kind of terrible. Kind of terrible what they're doing with her.
Yeah,
I mean, what are they really risking by giving her like a temporary out of the conservatorship? Like, just saying for the next 3 months you're out of it, you're on your own, like, let's see what you do with that time, and then see if she is still on the right path, which I assume she would be, and would be much happier, because it's ridiculous what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But that isn't what we're here to talk about tonight. We've spent 20 minutes now not talking about what we're here to talk about, and we're here to talk about Luca on Disney Plus.
Yay!
And I think, is it in theaters as well, or is it only on Disney Plus?
No,
it's
just Disney
only
Plus.
on Disney Plus.
And I don't think it was Premiere Access either. I think they just
it was not.
called it a Disney Plus original.
Yeah, which was nice.
Yeah, they threw it on there, and they did it similar to what they did with Soul back in December, where it was just available for everybody. So
I like that.
Need to see that. I still need to see Soul.
Soul was good. A lot of people really, really loved it. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was
I don't know
great.
if it's like my top 3 Pixar. I don't even know if it's my top 5. Luca, on the other hand, I thought was super, super good.
Oh,
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers. I really
So did
enjoyed
Vespa.
So
Oh my
I'm sure
gosh.
Vespa loved it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I only got like maybe 20 minutes of the way through Soul because my kid just was not having it
Yeah.
and could not for some reason like connect with the movie at all. But with Luca, like he watched it 3 times today since I got home from work.
Aw.
Yeah, I think Soul, because of the kind of the subject matter, there are some cute moments in Soul, but my younger kids had a harder time connecting with it. My older kids kind of got it and were on board with it, but yeah, like my 4-year-old was like, eh. Like when they at McDonald's, they had some of the toys and they had one of the little Soul things, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is like from that movie," but like all he remembered is that some guy was in a cat's body, and that was really all that stuck out to him.
Well, was it
And the
just
whole
like
movie
the
was-
little plush ones?
Yeah.
What-
Yeah.
What's a kid gonna do with a little plush toy like
Well,
that?
It was a McDonald's toy. Like, what are they going to do
Yeah,
with any of the McDonald's toys
some
except
of the
collect them all and
McDonald's
throw them
toys-
away? Yeah,
Some of
exactly.
the McDonald's toys are really good though. Like all the Star Wars ones that they recently had
No, they
were
haven't
actually
been
pretty good.
What are you talking about?
I used to love when they
Yeah,
had
are
the
you
little
high right
Barbie,
now?
the Barbie ones.
Did you
like
guys
when I
not
was
get any of
little.
the Star Wars ones?
No.
The stupid little big head ones, those were dumb.
Yeah, nuts. I got a couple of them, and my son loved them.
Okay.
He got some good time out of it.
All right. Well, good for your son.
So,
I don't know how it's any more exciting than a stupid little plush doll thing.
Oh my goodness.
It's interactive.
Okay.
You shoot
What
at
were
little
you
darts.
saying, Marley?
or
I want to
little
hear what
discs.
Marley has to say because she's probably making more sense than you right now.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just gonna say my initial impression with Luca, I thought it was really cute. Like it was a really, really cute movie, but I feel like, especially like the story, it's a little more simple. And so I think it's definitely aimed for a younger crowd. I mean, like you guys who have young kids, I'm sure they loved it, but like, I don't know, just like I think of like Riot and the Last Dragon, and I freaking loved that movie. And I would watch that one over and over again. But Luca, I was just kind of like that was cute. It had a good message, but yeah, I'm good. Like maybe if I had young, I was watching it with like some young kids or whatever, nieces and nephews, then sure. But I don't know. It's not really one I really want to revisit.
I think you're right in that it is a simple movie because I mean it really is quite simple. A kid gets fascinated with someplace he shouldn't be, makes a friend, they go make another friend, they do something cool, go on an adventure, and that I mean it's really quite a simple story.
Yeah.
But and yeah, the kids love it. My daughters and my son actually loves it too. But I found out tonight that my son-in-law has watched it twice this week. And he's in his 20s. So sometimes simple is good. Sometimes, the world is pretty complex. There's a lot that people are dealing with. And, sometimes it's nice to just sit down and enjoy something simple.
Yeah. I mean, the art and even the world, like I thought it was really fun how they did like kind of that Italian coastal, city and
it's beautiful
lifestyle. Like, yeah, that was super beautiful. And the music, like the aesthetic was definitely on point. And even just like, I did love the scenes whenever Luca and his friend Alberto. Yeah. Whenever they would like jump out of the water and then out, they kept kind of going in and out of the water and they would like change and like, I thought that was really cool. That was very like, is beautiful. Very good.
I think it would be
animation.
amazing. I think it'd be amazing to dry off that quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Do you guys watch Bluey? Do your kids watch Bluey?
No,
my son does. Yeah.
I don't have
No,
kids.
he can't get into it.
So I think Bluey.
No, because I don't have kids.
I think Bluey is one of the greatest shows ever. And for those of you who haven't watched it, it's an Australian show about a couple of dogs, a family of dogs. And I happened to be walking through the room the other night, and my girls were watching it, and the family was all at the swimming pool, and they forgot to take their towels with them. And they get out of the pool, and the dad shakes off like a dog shakes off, to get dry. And the two little girl dogs, Bluey and Bingo, are complaining that they're cold. And the dad says, well, shake off. And Bluey says, well, I haven't learned how to shake off yet. And he says, it's easy. You just do it. And so she tries to shake off, and she just looks like a retarded monkey on crack. It was the most hilarious thing I've seen in like a week or so. I just giggled and giggled and giggled. But when you said that, Jake, it would be nice to dry off that fast. That's exactly what I thought of. Or Marley, whoever, Colin, whoever it was that wants to dry off quick. That's exactly what it made me think of. Because, you just jump out of the water and you shake off and you're good to go. And I thought that was really funny how, the slightest little drip of water or something just completely causes them to have a panic attack. Yeah, they have that panic attack because all of a sudden it shows their true self. Just shake off.
Yeah. I think one of the best examples of how that was somewhat inconsistent in the movie was and boy, man, I don't know that I necessarily want to nitpick at a Pixar Disney movie because again, it's, what it is, but the train station scene when his parents and his grandma show up.
Yeah.
And granted, I get that the whole train station was covered, but like they're walking in from where it's raining, but they don't have an umbrella. Like, I don't know how they stayed dry as they were walking in.
Yeah.
Maybe they shook off when they came in. I don't know, but
I do have.
But
shake it off.
Weren't they covered up? Didn't they have like a towel or a sheet or something pulled over them?
They were at some points, like during the race, they were covered up like that. But I think when they were coming in from the rain in the train station, I think they were just walking in.
I'll have to pay attention.
I've only seen it once. We could get your son-in-law on and have him explain it to us.
Oh my goodness!
Watched it a few times.
Yeah, we probably could.
Can I just say that I think one of my favorite characters was the grandma.
Yes,
she was hysterical. Like even before he like left and went up to the surface, and he kind of kept it was like when he was kind of sneaking around back home, and she knew, and then like as soon as he like ran away, she's just like he, like she knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah.
And then like later in the movie, when she shows up in the village, and they're like, "Grandma, what are you doing here?" And she's like, "I come on the weekends or whatever."
Yeah.
Here all the time.
Yeah, just hanging out with people.
Well, and then you see those two other old ladies.
Yeah.
When it's after the race and it's still raining, and they like take off their umbrellas, and you find that they're also like the fish people, and everyone just like you notice that the other old ladies, the humans, they immediately just like accepted it, and they're like, "Cool, like we don't care." Like it was just that was cute. That was a really cool part.
Yeah, there were some there were some typical Pixar moments, right? And I think that's definitely one of them, and I think the message was pretty good. I think the character I struggled with the most, not because of the character itself, but the actor who did the voice, was the dad. I love Jim Gaffigan. Like I just love him.
Was?
Yes. Yeah. And his voice for me is so recognizable. At the minute he started talking, I'm like, it's Jim Gaffigan. And like that was so distracting to me that it was Jim Gaffigan that I was like, I don't know. It took me out of the movie a little bit. But he was great. It was distracting for me.
I love the mom.
Yeah, the mom was
and
good.
Like that dolphin voice, that dolphin laugh, every time was just hysterical.
Was that Maya Rudolph?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was, and she's amazing too. I
yeah,
love Maya
I like
Rudolph.
her a lot.
She's just fantastic. So
I that uncle though. When he popped up in the scene when Luca's like getting yelled at by his parents.
Oh, with the
And
one with the little light.
He has
Oh
to
my
like,
God.
he has to like punch the heart.
Yeah.
to like get it.
just go
get
ahead
it
and punch his
started
heart. And he like kind of just no, you got to hit it harder than that, and so he does. And
Like
And then he calls him his
how does that
see-through
guy
uncle.
how does he like even survive like just his life living alone in the deep?
well, did you see the end of the credits?
Uh-uh.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, there's a
there
whole
was an
scene.
end credit
Yeah,
scene?
Yeah, there's a whole scene with him at the end of the
no.
credits.
What? I need to
Yeah,
watch
you gotta
this.
go back and watch it because it's just gonna make you
Oh.
laugh even more. 'Cause
And
it
I
shows him
guess-
living in the deep.
Yeah, I guess the whole inspiration for that end credit scene was I don't know even who the actor was who plays the uncle, but I guess he wouldn't stop. He just kept going and going and going
Oh really?
with the improv, and so they're like, okay, we're just gonna put this at the
Put
end
this
of
in
the
as a scene at the end.
yeah. And they're like, this is too funny to just throw away. And so they just put it at the end of the movie. Which I think is hilarious. But how bad would you poop yourself if you're sitting there getting yelled at by your parents and then all of a sudden you turn around and he's there?
Oh my goodness. That's
terrifying.
It made me chuckle though. Like it was so unexpected.
Okay.
You know, everybody's got that weird uncle that they don't like to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
So Uncle Hugo was played by Sacha Baron Cohen,
Oh,
which
Okay,
makes
yeah.
everything
Yeah.
That makes such perfect sense.
Like, the world makes sense now.
Yeah, that makes such
Oh my
perfect
gosh.
sense.
I need to go find this end credit scene afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sad
definitely.
I didn't like. I even thought like when it ended, I was like, oh yeah, that was a cute movie, and then I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm done. I wonder if there's an end credit scene.
I think I had seen on
Fine.
like my Facebook feed or something where somebody had mentioned that there was an end credit scene. You needed to stay and watch it. So
Oh,
like somewhere in the back of my mind, I thought I had heard that, and that's
oh,
nice.
gotcha.
And I
Well,
didn't.
you got to get through like 10 minutes of credits.
What I
though.
love though, so I streamed it, right? And so what I love is when people are like, "Yeah,
Just-
you got to sit through the credits to watch that scene." No, you don't. You just slide the little
Fast
bar until
forward.
the
Yep.
credits are over,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
stop. I don't understand. I mean, I get it in the movie theater. I have to sit through the credits to
Yeah.
get the credit scene, but
Yeah.
at home, you can actually fast forward through that and get to the end scene.
That's so weird that's how that works.
yeah,
It really is,
weird.
isn't it?
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
You know, and speaking of typical Pixar style, I loved how they had what was her name? Julia, the redhead girl. Her dad. Did you guys of course notice that the cat like matched him, right? Like they
Yeah.
had the same mustache.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And kind of like build, you know, like as much as you can from human to cat. But you know what I mean? Like they're both like these big
Yeah.
burly things, you know, and like I feel like that's very typical with Pixar is that they like to match the humans and their pets to each other.
Yeah.
Like you can
Yeah.
definitely tell that one belongs to, you know, that who they belong to. And also that cat, oh my gosh, I was dying every time the cat like tried to like get closer and closer to Luca and Alberto. It was just really funny. That made me chuckle.
Speaking of the dad though, again in typical Disney Pixar fashion, when I started watching the movie and like Luca had two very alive, loving parents, I was like, this can't be a Disney movie. This is really
I
weird,
know.
because that usually doesn't happen. And then when they met Julia and she was living with her dad, and then I think her mom is where she goes to school or something like that, I was like, okay, this is more Disney. Single parent. Now
Yep.
I see it. But yeah, or Alberto, who didn't have any parents because his dad just like left him.
Oh,
That's so sad.
poor
Yeah.
Alberto.
Yeah, my
He's
dad
so
thought I was old enough to be
cute.
on my own, so he just left me.
That's so
That's-
sad.
And
Seems like an
that
awful thing to
actually
do.
was really
I mean,
sad when
At least he got a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
True.
But he was lonely. See, he needed a friend, and that's what Luca did for him.
Yeah.
And Luca needed
And
to...
Luca betrayed him.
Oh, that made me so mad. I was like, no, this is dumb. But
You knew it had to happen, though. There had to be some sort of misunderstanding.
There was going to be some kind of conflict between the two. And
you have to have that for them to kind of come back together, and their relationship is even stronger. Doesn't always work out that way in real life. Sometimes there are disagreements, and then people just don't like each other and don't talk. But in the movies, they typically have that disagreement, and then they're fine.
Yep.
But I know that you're like, in the moment you don't like Luca because he did what he did when he's like, oh, sea monster, and betrayed him. But I'm not sure as a teenage kid I wouldn't have done the same thing. Like, in the moment, and you're just so worried about what other people are going to think about you. Like, as a kid, I think that's a pretty normal reaction.
Totally. Well, there's a lot of fears in that moment too, right? Like, okay, are they going to stake me because I'm over here? Like, am I going to be accepted now? Am I going to lose this friend that I've just developed, this relationship with? And like, there's a lot of emotions that goes on in that one moment.
It's true. And then we got to see later on that he basically redeemed himself. Obviously he went and apologized to Alberto. And then even later on when he was doing the race and it was raining and he was like, well, I got to do what I got to do, and then at that point, he just like didn't care, and neither did Alberto. And together they could kind of, have that part of the journey together and that realization.
Kick some Senior Vespa butt.
Yes. My daughter was like, yeah, they think the guy on the red Vespa is named Senior Vespa, but that's not really his name. I was like, I know, his name should be Senior Jerkface. And then she just laughed. And it was like the funniest thing she had heard all day.
Oh my gosh.
Little kids are the best when you can tell a joke like that, and it's like the funniest thing they've ever heard.
They really are.
I say it to my friends, and they're like, okay, you're weird, and then that's it. So, but she thought it was cute. But yeah, she's loved that movie too, and she's enjoyed watching it a couple of times. So, almost as many times as Zonner's son-in-law has watched the movie. But she's also 8, so
I actually almost watched it again tonight, but I watched the basketball game instead. I'm just looking here.
Basketball's over.
Well, mostly, yeah.
Well, it's over.
I felt like
out, I don't care.
I felt like being sad. Sandy Martin played the grandma. Mm-hmm. She was the grandma in Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, so really?
If you like her, that's why.
Nice.
Oh,
that's why.
Make yourself a dang quesadilla, Napoleon.
Yeah, I was not aware that was the same actress. But yeah, funny. Apparently she is the she plays the awesome adventurous grandma in all movies.
Yep, that's true, because she broke her coccyx in that one while she was four-wheeling.
At the dunes.
At the dunes with her new boyfriend. Earlier, there's a lot you don't know about your grandma.
Yep.
That's Napoleon Dynamite is one of my favorite movies, and I
haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Like, I've never seen that before. I don't even know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I mean, my school, which was not a Utah school, was a school in Oregon, hosted a 2-hour thing in the middle of school just to watch Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow.
Sounds like they know
who
what's
does
important.
That?
I think
that's
every
amazing.
School during that time did that.
So, I actually drove up to Idaho to see the house where they filmed it. It was kind of an accident, but it happened.
Sure. Because, everyone, it's an accident to drive to middle of nowhere, Idaho.
I just happened to
on
be
a
there.
whim.
I'm like, oh, wait a minute. We're in Preston, Idaho. You know what they made here? So
That's a good one. I love that show.
There have been numerous times in my life where I just all of a sudden say, wait a minute, I'm in Preston, Idaho.
yes,
Because why not?
I'm sure.
I used to go to Idaho just for Dutch Brothers.
Now you don't have to. Now
it's amazing.
I went there for the first time the other day.
Did you like it?
Completely off topic. I did like it. It was
What'd you
really
get?
Good. I got a jelly donut Dutch Frost.
Nice.
Oh.
So it was really good. It was like a really thin shake, but it was like the right consistency to drink.
Yeah.
And then but the problem is you drink it too fast and then your brain freezes. And
I never have that issue.
And as you know,
so good.
When your brain freezes, you can't remember anything. And so that's when people ask you where the TV. Oh, wait, you guys haven't seen that yet. Never mind.
No, I'm following you. It's okay.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
There's a Dutch Bros like right around the corner from my house. I've been there only a couple of times. It's good though.
Yeah.
I should go try some more of those like different Dutch freezes because they have so many freaking flavors.
There's a ton.
Some
of them don't sound like winners to me, but they have a ton.
Yeah.
I really like the Ninja one. It's like a white chocolate kind of. What else was in it? I can't remember. But like even like the mint ones are really good.
I think I had German chocolate, and that was really good. Or maybe that was the hot chocolate version. Yeah. Oh wait, I don't remember because I've had the hot and cold. You know.
Yeah, I can't remember what flavors I had, but they were good. Like original Wallaby, which is pretty much like a frozen hot chocolate.
Yeah. It is intimidating the first time that you go though, because there are so many choices. Like
the menu is huge.
Yeah. And they don't like have it out. Like you have to look it up online and like you pull up to the window and they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, well, what do you have?
Yeah. Well, didn't you see the menu back there that listed like 3 of the things that we have and then that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, what do you got with raspberry in it? I don't know.
You have the raspberry.
The strawberry frost. Oh my gosh. I just love a good strawberry milkshake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And like the strawberry freeze is just fantastic.
That sounds really good.
It's real good.
Do they have Dutch Brothers where you are, Zoner? I'm guessing not. You've been very quiet. In this
if you're talking about Dutch Brothers coffee,
they're putting one up there.
Apparently they've got Dutch Brothers coffee places around here, but I've never been to one.
You should, because they're amazing. They're from my hometown originally.
Yeah, that's why Colin really likes them, because they're from his hometown. But they do have a really good drink menu, and it's not just coffee. So if you don't drink coffee, if you are a coffee drinker, they have amazing coffee drinks, from what I understand. If you're not, they have amazing drinks that are not coffee.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I've never been, and apparently there is one not very far from me. So,
well, you should go tomorrow.
And Dutch Brothers, in case you're listening, Mr. and Mr. Dutch, we would love to have you as a sponsor. So just reach out to us. This is how great we can talk about your drinks all the time.
Totally.
At a nominal fee. I mean,
and what better way to, support someone else who was from Grants Pass, Oregon. It's great.
Yeah, so like you were the 3 people from Grants Pass, Oregon. The Dutch Brothers.
The only 3.
I think that's where my mom was born. I think it was Grant. That sounds really familiar. Grant, because it was in Oregon, and it was like, I'm pretty sure my mom was born in Grants Pass.
Like Josephine County, super small town. Well, not like super small town, but like pretty small compared to Utah, anyways.
Yeah.
What?
Utah cities, it's fine. Just let it happen.
Well, why don't you just say compared to like a big city like Salt Lake? But like Utah's got a ton of small towns.
I don't know. It's fine. Whatever.
You get off I-15 and you go to a town in Utah. It's small.
Yeah, probably. It's okay.
Well, it depends on where you get off I-15 at.
Well, I mean, you just get off and like go in a.
You get off I-15 at 33rd South.
No.
It's not going to be small city right there.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, like if you get away from the I-15 corridor, like everything, all the population in Utah is basically centered on I-15. So if you go like pretty far east or west of that to like Ephraim, or you go to like, I don't know, any place near Grand Escalante. Like those are small towns out in that. Don't worry about it.
I
All
don't
right, let's
even
move
know
on.
these places that you're saying.
Oh,
I know.
they're legit. I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, see, Marley knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, I grew up here. in
Well,
Utah,
at least
so-
someone
Yeah.
does.
You don't know where Escalante is,
Hmm.
or what
Grand
that is?
Escalante staircase. It's like
I'm going there in like a month.
yeah.
Okay, we'll take a picture.
Do you know where
Oh,
Bear's
show me a
Ears
picture.
is?
It's on the bear's
What,
head.
what?
I think I know
Ears?
where Bear's Ears is.
No. See, have you? Okay, Colin. Like, just try
What?
to read some of the news sometimes. Okay. I mean, just try.
Why do I need to read the news?
I don't know.
The bear's ears are on the bear's head, Colin.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
so-
that's fine.
That's all you need to know.
They can be there if they want to be there. I'm not going to tell a bear where he
And-
needs to have his ears.
And watch out for the bear's teeth.
He can
'cause
have
they
his
sharp.
ears be on his bum if he wants. I don't care.
I think if there was an award for the most rambling podcast, the last 2 weeks we'd be a front runner.
It's
Hey,
like
that's
hurting
all right.
cats, but except there's nobody trying to hurt us.
I don't like cats. Well,
Or it
it's
could be like-
not that I don't like them. I don't
For
I
for
don't-
those of you just
I don't care
listening,
to be around them.
I'm giving Colin a baffled,
A hard
like
stare.
disgusted look right now.
It's
Yeah.
like you just throw a word out there and
I have
somebody
nothing
starts
against
just
your
rambling
cats,
about
Marley.
it.
My cats are fantastic, as are all cats. So stop it.
I don't know.
So,
I've
Well,
had a couple cats that were, and I pardon my language, and you can beat me out, Zonner, but they were just straight up dicks.
Well, were you a dick to them?
that's
No,
strange.
I
Because if
was
there was a
very
part
nice
of
to
anatomy
them.
that cats are normally called, it's not that.
Because typically they're only that way if people are that way to them.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, cats. If
No,
you're good to
I'm-
cats, they're
I'm a
typically
very
good
nice
to you.
animal person. Like,
Well,
I have
I'm not
nothing.
saying
Well,
you. Somebody
against-
else.
Yeah, but
Somebody
if you-
else might have been mean
Oh.
to them, and then if you're around their cat, they might not like you because you're human. Because
You know
their
a cat
humans
that I
aren't
liked?
nice to them.
The one on Luca.
We already talked about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
One
did.
with the mustaches on
you're,
it.
you're too late, Zonner.
I also
were you
missed a
listening to
segue.
what we were talking about?
I also missed a segue opportunity when you said it was like herding cats. I was going to say, or like herding fish, like Luca was a fish herder.
Those
But
were so cute.
That opportunity
The-
just
The little,
Right.
the little sheepfish.
yeah.
Actually, they're not sheep; they're goats.
Oh.
That's what it says on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Well, and I can
They're
see that
goat
because
fish.
they're like when he finds them, like one of them's like biting that one lady's hair, and like
Uh-huh.
that's what goats do is they eat everything. I don't know. I mean,
my gosh.
Oh
I
my
learned that
gosh.
from reading Rainbow. They
All
eat
right,
everything.
another random rant here. So in my
Oh my
backyard,
gosh. You hate
Uh,
goats too.
Do you
I'm
have
a
neighbors?
great. I'm
Do you
a
have
big
neighbors
animal
with
lover.
goats?
I hate cats.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
do.
goats.
yeah. So
Ooh.
the back of my backyard, the fence,
Hmm.
on the other side, there's this huge just farmland, and the owner of the farm will just let the goats and sometimes horses just come through and graze that area. Well, they like to come up to our fence. And
Mhm.
we've got a tree that kind of like leans over there just a little bit, and they like try to climb on the fence to pull it down. And so there's just like chunks missing of our tree. It's weird.
Oh,
So now you hate goats. So you hate goats and
No,
cats.
I
Colin the
like 'em.
animal
I think
lover.
it's funny.
Are they
Yeah.
fainting
It's funny.
goats? Because if they were, I'd be running out there every day to scare them just to watch them fall over sideways.
No, they're here all the time.
Well, we should be getting lots of lovely emails from PETA after this episode. Thank you both. Did you move close to a farm because of your last name? You were like, we got to find a farm.
Yeah, of
for
course.
me to live.
Well, I
near."
used to live in Farmington,
Okay.
and I used to
Oh.
work on a farm. And
Well,
I
there you
apologize.
go.
My kid's screaming, so I'll be right back.
All right.
he's woken up.
Yeah.
He is
Probably-
he is awoken and losing it.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
He probably
Hi,
treats
Colin.
his kid like he treats his cats, so that's probably fine.
no. No.
Hence the screaming.
I'm sure that's not the case. Colin is a good dad.
We'll
see if he listens.
Person,
we'll see how often Colin actually listens to our shows after this, because we just said, and then we'll see if he remembers it.
This is a test.
Yeah, it's a test. So what did you guys think of Luca overall? If you were to give it a rating, now that we're going to kind of try to get back to the topic of the episode, good luck finding a name for this one's honor that has anything to do with what we're talking about.
Jeez, I really liked it. I mean, when you look at Pixar's overall library, I mean, it's going up against like Up and Inside Out and Toy Story. So, I mean, it's not going to be at the top, but I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't their best. I mean, because Up and Inside Out. Those are some pretty lofty standards to try and topple, but overall, I mean, I thought it was really good. I've heard some people complaining about it with just stupid reasons to complain about it. And, if you want to complain about it, you're going to find stuff to complain about.
Yeah.
But it's that way with anything in life. If you want to go through life looking for stuff to hate on,
you're going to find it.
Yeah, it's really easy because there's a lot of crap out there. But I thought, it was a very simple, very sweet movie about friendship and about accepting your friends and forgiving your friends and just trying to be a good friend. And I really like that because honestly, I don't think there's enough good friends out there in the world right now. And we could all try and be a little bit better friend to everyone around us. And I think that's a good message. And so, yeah, I think it's up there, but yeah, I would definitely watch it again. Like I said, I almost did watch it again tonight.
What's your rating? Did you already say?
No, I didn't. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So,
I'll go next. I think I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. I agree with a lot of what you said, Zonner. Though I think just for me and my own personal taste, I think it was just a little bit too young for me. Like, yeah, of course, like I love Disney and Pixar movies. Like, they're fun, they're cute, lighthearted, and and all that jazz. But I think this one in particular, I just honestly, like, I had a hard time. Like it was enjoyable to watch, but I kept checking how much time was left in the movie. And I loved the animation. I loved the world that they have with the Italian theme, and even the music. Like, it was all very aesthetically pleasing. Very clever show. But I don't know. I think just back to what I said earlier, I just feel like that the message, it was just being a little too like simple, and again, just for a younger crowd. It just, honestly, I don't know if I really want to watch it again. Unless I was with little kids and that's what they wanted to watch, then sure. But I'm not gonna carve out precious time on my Friday or Saturday night and watch it. I'm gonna maybe watch something else, which actually next on my list is Cruella. I still haven't seen it.
There you go.
It's really good.
Anyways, cute movie, had really good message. It was a lot of fun. So I still give it, like I said, a good solid 7 out of 10.
I'm going to say, if you're looking to see how much time is left during the movie, that's generally a good indication that you're probably not going to come back and watch it again.
Yeah. It was like, I enjoyed it. It was a good time, but yeah, that's it.
Was anyone else surprised when Colin, the animal hater, said that he loved Cruella just now? I wasn't. I mean, obviously he loved Cruella. She's probably a hero of his.
Yeah, personal hero.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Hey, she kept the Dalmatians, all right?
What?
No spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, well, don't worry about it.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
I don't really care.
Colin, what would you give Luca as a rating? We know you love Cruella, you hate cats, and you hate goats, but what do you feel about Luca the movie out of 10?
Out of 10, I was going to do a different rating.
Okay, well, what rating were you going to do?
Well, I was going to do a movies that make us rating.
This isn't movies that make us. We can't do the movies that make us rating. That's patent pending. Well, not really.
Well, good luck on that. No, I would give it 10 being best.
Yes.
Yeah.
I presume.
Yes.
Yes.
Like any other 10
All right.
like scale of 10 rating. Yes.
Jeez. All right. No, I'd give it a good 8. Like I really like the story. I like the characters a lot. I felt they did a great job developing the characters super quick without, doing 4-hour cuts on each individual character, like some other movie that we know. Why do you look confused? Snyder Cut.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just trying to figure out why you would be like, I kind of thought Snyder Cut. I'm like, is he comparing Luca to Justice League by Zack Snyder? Like, I don't totally get that jump, but I'm with you now.
I was making a joke. It's fine if you didn't get it. We'll move on. It's fine. Jet, did you like Luca? It sounds like it.
Yeah, I think he loved it.
Yeah, you loved it, huh? You loved Luca a lot. It's playing on the phone right now that you're looking at, huh?
Oh,
dude, he looks like he just wants to go back to bed, man.
He's very upset that his mom's out of town right now. So
yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
He woke up just completely screaming her name, and I was like, "Oh no, poor little
Got some
guy."
bad news for you.
And like he has, for some reason, he has no clue that she's actually not coming back for a couple days.
Oh,
that's hard.
So
That's
it's going to
hard
be a
for
long
little
couple
ones.
days.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
you
just-
got this, Colin. Just keep playing Luca on repeat.
Yeah, we
Or
got
try-
that Luca to get us through, huh, bud?
Or try Bluey. That sounded intriguing after.
Bluey is
He
awesome.
doesn't like Bluey.
Okay.
I think it's the animation style.
So,
Weird.
for my rating, I think I would probably give it an 8 as well, maybe a 7.5. Like, it was really good and it was fine. I think this is one of those. It's going to be similar to The Good Dinosaur when you're probably trying to find a place for where this fits in the Pixar library. I mean, it's not a Cars 2, which is like the worst Pixar movie that's ever been made. But like Good Dinosaur is one of those that people are like, nobody's going to say that's their favorite movie because it came out the same year that Inside Out did. It really just kind of flopped at the box office and nobody really went and saw it. But like, if you actually go back and watch it, you're like, oh, that was more enjoyable than I thought it was.
That's because the movie's traumatizing.
It's
Did it
not
really come out the same year?
The stuff
it
that
did,
that
yeah.
dinosaur goes through?
I don't know
Well-
if I saw that one. I also
See.
didn't see Inside Out, so
Yeah.
You didn't see Inside Out?
yeah.
Don't tell Tracy that.
No,
Is it
Tracy's
on
fine
Disney
if you haven't
Plus?
seen
Can I
Inside Out.
stream it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Don't
Maybe
tell
I'll
Tracy you haven't
carve
seen
out-
Up. I think Up is the one
Oh.
that he gets.
Oh, Up is I've seen Up, but I didn't.
He was upset with me that I
I
hadn't
like
seen
it.
In and Out yet.
Oh.
Oh,
In
I
and
think
Out?
I think he let me.
Inside Out.
Are you sure he
not
wasn't
Inside
upset
Out.
that you hadn't had a double from In and Out before? Like,
Probably.
it's like you've never been to In and Out. We got to fix that, Colin.
No,
Yeah.
because I think he let me borrow his disc version
I'm
of
with
it
you,
back
man.
when it wasn't on streaming.
Yeah. Inside Out's really good, but I'm pretty sure that Good Dinosaur and Inside Out came out the same year. I know it came out the same year as one of the Pixar movies, and it just wasn't his biggest success. And I think it kind of falls in that, like, people haven't seen it because of that, but they're going to be pleasantly surprised when they watch it. And I think because this was released straight to Disney Plus, and it wasn't, and it didn't have a good theatrical run, this and Soul might both fall in that category of movies where people, I didn't see it because I don't remember the big hype about it. But then when they watch it, they're going to be pleasantly surprised. Although I would say that Soul is a little bit higher up than this. But yeah, it's a good one. I think it was good. So
Yeah, and
I-
I know I joked about how it's a great commercial for Vespa, but it does get bonus points for the Vespas in it because
That was cute.
the Vespas are awesome, and I love how they got their rusty Vespa there at the end, and they were just so happy to have a Vespa.
Yeah, because it was a real Vespa.
Yes,
I love when they build the first one, and he's like, "Oh, you've got all the stuff here that you need to build it," and then he's like, "Oh, maybe one more hour, and then I've really got to go. Okay, 45 more minutes, and then I've got to go." And I'm like, "That is so typical."
That's cute.
2
Yes.
more
I liked
hours.
it.
But I do agree with you though, Marley. I do feel like this one, unlike a lot of other Pixar movies, was definitely geared more toward kids.
Mhm.
I mean, all of the Pixar movies are appropriate for
Yeah.
kids, but if you sit down and you watch, like an Up or like Soul, they're gonna miss some of the stuff that's going on, and they're just gonna
Mhm.
be there for the entertaining animation. This one, I feel like they're not. They're gonna get the story, and it's just a little bit more. There's a lot less for adults in this one than there is in some of the other Pixar movies. So I
yeah,
can see that.
yeah.
All right.
It's a lot more innocent, simple.
Yeah. Well, that's our thoughts on Luca, and then a bunch of other stuff in between. So hopefully everybody listening was able to follow some kind of conversation as we talk tonight, or this morning, whenever you're listening to this, because time is magic on podcasts. Let us know what you thought about Luca. You can send us an email at some email address that we have. What is it again, Colin?
Feedback@stolendroids.com.
You can also follow us on all the social medias, and you can send us messages there. We're basically at Stolen Droids on any social media platform, so you can check us out in all of those places. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, whatever platform you're on, so that you always get a new episode when it comes out. And yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you later. Anything anybody wants to add? No. All
Good
right.
Bye.
day.
No, I think we're good. Hasta luego.
Hasta
Have a
luego.
good night.
Good
Or
luck.
day.
Stupido.
Don't call people. Colin, that's so mean.
This has been a Stolen Droids Media production.